Welcome back to Shelf by Shelf, guys, the series where I take a look at everything in the library because you guys are always asking, what's in the library? What are those books behind you? So this series was created to literally go shelf by shelf. This is chapter 11. This is going to be a little bit of a longer one because, as I said in the last episode, this is kind of a catch-all shelf because there's so many things that are just kind of thrown there temporarily until I can get more bookcases in here once this whole office setup gets moved to another room. So there is quite a bit to look at here. So without any further ado, let's take a look at the shelf and see what's in store for you guys so you guys can get excited. Let's go. All right, here's the whole shelf in all its glory right there. Like I said, it is a catch-all shelf. There is quite a few mismatched random things just kind of thrown in here, as well as a bunch of old comics, which are temporarily put there until I find a better home. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. All right, guys, as you saw, to start the shelf off, we got a bunch of comics. These are comics I've gotten from various people and or places over the last little while. And this first one is actually a plastic sleeve that has a couple copies of Star Trek Unlimited. So I got Star Trek Unlimited right there. Trapped in an alien dimension, the lives of the shuttle crew are in Uhura's hands, plus Star Trek, The Next Generation. And this is number 3, April 1997. We've also got Star Trek Unlimited number 10. There you got Data with Beverly Crusher and Troy. And warning, this is not a holodeck gone wild story. As I was about to say, it's probably Dixon Hill story. Apparently it's not. On the back, we got an ad for a big movie, Small Soldiers. So yeah, some Star Trek Unlimiteds. All right, for the next one, I'm gonna actually slide over this way so that I'm not putting my face in shadow. So we got Star Trek, The Q Gambit. This is book 3 of the Q Gambit series. It is a Deep Space Nine adventure. And IDW does some good work. I love when they brought Q back for this. Cisco's also back. Everybody's back. And it's really great. This is number 3. I do have them all, I believe. I can't remember where I got these from. Some were given to me by fans of Trekyards that had sent me stuff. Some by my mother-in-law. Other ones I'd picked up whenever I see them. So, yeah, I have a huge comic book collection, but that'll be a whole other video. That'll probably be near the end of the Shelf by Shelf series. So, we got Star Trek, End of the Worthy, which is January 1991. Love these old comics, love the artwork, love the stories are really good as well. And the pictures of the Enterprise are sometimes good, sometimes not so good. So I'm not going to focus too much on each particular comic just to keep this episode as short as possible. But we've got Star Trek. This is February 1985, Mind Meld. Got 2 Spocks and Monster Maroons melding it out. Mind Meld. Star Trek, Return of the Mirror Menace. So the Mirror Universe crew are back doing their Mirror Universe crew things. What's Kirk saying? You destroyed your Enterprise. Now I destroy you. I also love the ads on the back of these old comics. Yep, more Mirror Universe stuff. There's David Marcus. It's like David, but you got like a sword and the Mirror Universe or Terran Empire logo. This is April of 85. For crimes against the Empire, both Spocks must die. Let me know in the comments if you have any of these. These are the DC ones. Ooh, an Andorian with the restricted file. I have not read all of these, by the way. Trash disintegrates. Cool. Ooh, Star Trek Starfleet Academy. Still not out yet as of the release of this video. That's a new series that's coming to Paramount Plus. But anyway, all's fair in love or war, or is it? Give you guys a chance to enjoy the artwork a little bit on these, because a lot of this comic artwork, especially the covers, are pretty great. Here is the adaptation of Star Trek the Motion Picture in comic book form. A 23rd Century Odyssey today. And this is the same one. I've got 2 copies of this, apparently. One's in better condition by the looks of it. It's Star Trek The Next Generation. This is September of '92. And there's Ardra. The startling conclusion, schemes and countermeasures in Zanzibar, or Shanzibar. Yeah, Ardra returns. This is, I think, a 3-part. I do have all of those as well, but this is not the next one. This is May of '93. A trail of havoc straight through the neutral zone. Yeah, there's a lot of comics here. I apologize. Star Trek, just great artwork on that one. Love that. They definitely had a time where the artwork was great. I love this cover. Ardra's back, baby. I love Ardra. She's great. And there she is with Picard. Star Trek The New Voyages. Can't really tell what's going on in the comic based on that cover, but that's okay. The final chapter. A lot of these are like 4, 5, 6 episode or edition arcs. Body of evidence. Looks like there's a dead Worf and some aliens. Worf and Deanna face a deadline from Q. Ooh, all right. This guy looks like Serpentor from G.I. Joe. He's not, but he looks like it. That's an interesting ship. Interesting ship design. Last Stand. Again, I don't know what these are all about specifically, so... the day in the life of Star Trek ends in red alerts. As many days probably do. Ooh, getting away from Star Trek for a minute here. New Terry Tunes with Mighty Mouse. Huey, Dewey, and Louie, Junior Woodchucks. What year is this? It's like November of '83. Casper's Ghostland. Love these old cartoons. These comics, I don't know where I got these. Somebody gave these to me. The Roadrunner. I love the Coyote and Roadrunner. Grimm's Ghost Stories. I love ghost stories and ghost story comics. I think they're great, and the artwork is always fantastic on these. And of course, you got the ads on the back. Send away to get all this cool stuff. Which, I mean, I did get a few of those things back in the day. Woody Woodpecker. Can't really do it. This one's missing a cover, but it's another Woody Woodpecker comic. Sad Sack. Casper and the Nightmare. Casper and Nightmare, the galloping ghost. That's Nightmare, his trusty steed. If you know, you know. We got 2 more without covers. We got a Roadrunner comic and Donald the Great. Which, you know, they don't have covers, but they're still readable. So, hot stuff. I know I am. Thank you. Josie and the Pussycats. Walt Disney showcased the Boatniks. No idea. No idea. I've heard of the Boatniks, but I don't know who or why. I don't know why I have that. If you know, comment. Moby Dick, but with Donald Duck. Again, no cover. We got Brothers of the Spear. Some of the artwork's really worth looking at on these covers. Reggie's Wise Guy jokes. An Archie spin-off, I guess. Jughead's jokes. We're breezing through this. Chippendale and Donald Duck. Again, missing their covers, but that's okay. Chippendale. The Amazing Spider-Man. Is this one worth a lot of money? I was never a big Spider-Man fan. Aquaman. That's the thing from Suicide Squad, I think. Huh. The Pink Panther and the Inspector. Dr. Spectre, The Occult Files of Dr. Spectre. Ooh. The artwork in these ghost ones is always great. Hanna-Barbera Fun-In, starring Butch Cassidy. Where's the Sundance Kid? I'm just kidding, of course. Life with Archie. Are these bringing back memories for anybody? We got an Archie comic there. Betty and Veronica. Oh, these old comics. Tweety and Sylvester. Super Goofy. That's me, Super Goofy. Grimm's Ghost Stories. The Adventures of Robin Hood. Disney. Scooby-Doo comic. And then Orca. Gold Key Spotlight, Treg of the Sky Gods. It lurks beneath prehistoric seas. The Devil Shark. The Megalodon. Maybe, I don't know. Tor. Caveman Extraordinaire. Or Barbarian, I don't know. Spider-Man and Hawkeye. Here's a team up. If you know anything, insider information on these comics, if any of them are worth anything, I know the condition of some of them isn't great, but let me know. Trog, again, without a cover. We're almost done the comics, guys. I apologize. Sad, Sad Sack World. Hopefully your sack isn't sad. Turok, Stone, or Son of Stone. Turok, Dinosaur Hunter. I mean, it looks like it. All right, that's it for the comics, it looks like. Now we're moving on to another one of my favorite things, Electric Trains. This is Lionel Electric Trains catalog. This is given to me by my dad. My dad loves Lionel. He's got a lot of Lionel in his collection. And this is just one of their catalogs. I'm not a fan of these, like, non-realistic, tin-plated looking ones. My dad really is, though. But that's pretty much all this catalog is, this particular catalog, is that kind of stuff. So we got a K-line, which is also Lionel. and it's Lionel, not Lionel, but anyway, just, yeah, different locomotives and train sets, which I think is absolutely fantastic. Another Lionel, this is the 2009 edition. Some nice sets in here, honestly. Let's see, it's like stuff like this, Pennsylvania Flyer, like Hudson's and Berkshire locomotives are my favorites, so stuff like that. Not so much diesel. I hate diesel, actually. Maybe not a fan of like the Jupiters. This is the Lone Ranger set, but like the Jupiter trains, I'm not the biggest fan of those. Like I said, Hudson locomotives or Berkshire, whatever you want to call it. You got Lionel's Signature Edition catalog as well. This is the expensive stuff, the Signature Edition, like $1,000 locomotives, some of these, which my dad collects. He's got a bunch of these. They're like very realistic and whatnot. So I'm more of a N scale or HO scale train fanatic. I like the smaller sizes as opposed to the large ones, but my dad, he's a big fan of the big Lionel. So, and I got some really nice pieces, but they're super expensive. All right, so that's it for that first section. Now let's see what's next. So this I've had since the 90s. This is a set of the Ghost Rider 2 glow in the dark, well, just trading cards. There's special ones in here that glow in the dark. This whole box glows in the dark. That skull, the side of the box, Ghost Rider, or sorry, Dan Ketch transforming into Ghost Rider. The bottom there. I was a huge Ghost Rider fan. I have all of these cards. I have the complete set downstairs. This is a still sealed box of the trading cards. And yeah, they glow in the dark. Look for 10 special glow in the dark cards in this series. Love Ghost Rider. So still sealed. This is a display box, so it actually cracks open there and it folds up. So you put on by your till of your store, and then there's packs of trading cards in here. So I love Ghost Rider, as you'll find out when we get to my comic book collection. But that's that, which is super cool. I forget how much that costs, but. And we got a mystery box, which, ooh, yeah, these are just book stands to display books. So you just set it up like that, put your book on it, and you can display it on one of the shelves, perhaps. So, forgot we had these, actually. And now I know where they are, so that's good. All right, so we got some postcards from Croatia, which is where Sylvia's from. Dalmatia and all that. It's literally just fold out postcards. Which it's a very beautiful country. So, got an Enchanted Forest, 20 postcards. These are colored, you know, those color it yourself things. I just had some books fall over. Looks like Sylvia's been doing some coloring. But yeah, color it yourself postcards. We've got the Book of Mormon, another testament of Jesus Christ. No, I am not Mormon. Neither is Sylvia. She was raised Catholic. I was raised Lutheran. But Sylvia loves studying religions, other religions, world religions. So we have a copy of the Book of Mormon. For what it's worth. So the next few are some audiobooks. Agatha Christie Unabridged, 10 Little Indians. I love the story of 10 Little Indians. I think it's a fantastic murder mystery story. And I really became enamored with it in high school. This is great. It is just audio cassettes. But, so it's the unabridged 10 Little Indians, which is great. Also, another one of my favorite stories, H.G. Wells' The Time Machine. This used to be a Stratford Library one. Again, audio cassettes. And Stratford Public Library. Used to work there. It was my second job. Worked there for about 3 or 4 years. So, Simon Schuster Audio, Alien Voices, H.G. Wells' The Time Machine, read by Leonard Nimoy and John Delancey. So Spock and Q. There they are in the recording booth. And I've got a lot of audio books on cassette. And a snoring pug. Another one of my favorites, War of the Worlds, read by Gates McFadden, Brett Spiner, and Leonard Nimoy. Love War of the Worlds. Love the whole premise of that, from H.G. Wells' original to Orson Welles' radio broadcast. I got the original radio broadcast on LP, on vinyl, so love it. Fantastic. So that's it for those audiobooks. I've covered other audiobooks before, other Star Trek ones. We also have the Urban Dictionary. I've got Mad Street Cred Now, Faux Shizzle. Hilarious street slang defined. So, so I can talk to you young folks out there. I got it all. I'm on fleek and all that jazz. Next up, we got a memories or a pictures box. Old photographs. So there's me and my kids. There's Thomas over here, and then Cassie beside me, and then my oldest daughter Selena, and me forever ago. But it's full of little things of pictures that you pull out, and they're all in plastic sleeves. Well, not all of them, because apparently one fell out. So we're not going to go through the pictures. Might show you one or two select ones, but yeah, it's a picture box. I'll show you a few select pictures. Here's one we took Christmas Eve. There was a man looking in our window. Can't identify him. Can you help? And speaking of trains, like I said, I prefer HO or N scale. I did have some HO locomotives around my Christmas tree one year. Not that you guys need to see that nor care, but I just wanted to show you some of the train pictures. Yeah. If you want to learn more about Captain Foley, which you probably don't, but here is myself in the middle and my two brothers. This is Steve over here, my oldest brother, and Sean, who's also my older brother, but there's me in the middle back in the day. Wow, how things change. However, moving on from that, but you guys, it's personal photos, you guys don't really care. But we've got Frank Herbert's Dune, Madib. This is the graphic novel, book 2. This I got for Sylvia. She's a huge Dune fan. We have the first graphic novel as well somewhere. Unfortunately, it's not. Yes, it is. It's right down there. Okay. So this is book 2 of the Dune graphic novel series, and now a major motion picture. Sandworm. Also got 2 little e-readers. These are Sylvia's e-readers. Got that one, and we got this one. Powered off. I love these things. They're great. They're great. Chugging right along like a train. We're gonna go traveling and go to Dalmatia. This is a Croatian travel guide for Dalmatia, which is the area where Sylvia's family is from. Beautiful country, beautiful things to see. So it is a travel guide, essentially. Got a book called No Light Tomorrow, Short Stories of Science Fiction, which we picked up probably at a craft show or something. Maybe a self-published one by somebody. But anyway, it's probably pretty great. I haven't read any of them, but there's a few different stories in here. Digital Heaven. And then you get the odd little illustration as well to set up the story. The Hot Zone. Dun, dun, dun. The terrifying true story of the origins of the Ebola virus. So another one of Sylvia's interests is like the CDC stuff, any kind of diseases, the history of them, the creation of them. She loves studying that kind of stuff. So that's a Sylvia book for sure. We've got the Book of Enoch, the Prophet, again going back to her love for studying religion and things like that. This is one I picked up for her for Christmas one year because I knew she had wanted it, and I found a copy of it. So another one of Sylvia's interests, which is probably no surprise to anyone, because apparently this is a female thing. Women love this, but studying serial killers or watching true crime documentaries. So we have the A to Z encyclopedia of serial killers. Kind of morbid, I know, but it's one of the things she really enjoys reading about and learning about. So should I be scared? Maybe. This is also one of Sylvia's. Hellboy, the Companion. She is a huge Hellboy fan. She loves the Hellboy lore. She loves the movies. And this is, yeah. Now a major motion picture, Hellboy 2, The Golden Army. This isn't a graphic novel. This is like a compendium. It basically just talks about the history of Hellboy and who the main characters and stuff are. So things like that. We got Spock's Logic Puzzles, more than 100 riddles, conundrums, and observations from across the galaxy. So this is just a brain teaser kind of book. Solve puzzles and with a Star Trek spin. But she loves doing puzzles and things like that. I got her this for Christmas a number of years ago. You know, good coffee table book for people to occupy their time. Another of Sylvia's books here, the Tibetan Book of the Dead. I know the Egyptian Book of the Dead quite well. I'm a huge Egyptologist. She knows a lot more about a lot of other cultures than I do. So this is her book for sure, but just talks about their deities, essentially. We also have the Communist Manifesto, Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels. Just learned you all you need to know about the communisms. Because, you know, but yeah, going back to its origins and its history. So it's actually very fascinating stuff. We love history. We love lots of interesting things in this house. So not only is this a catch-all shelf, but it seems to be mainly Sylvia's shelf. Tonight we bombed the U.S. Capitol, the story of M19, America's first female terrorist group. Again, learning about these niche historical things, definitely something Sylvia likes to do. So, yeah. Einstein's Shadow, A Black Hole, a band of astronomers and the quest to see the unseeable. This stuff interests me too. I haven't read this one yet, though. We only picked this one up probably a year ago, but there's a lot of books in here I haven't read, just for the record. The Kings and Queens of England, continuing our look at history. You know, those who don't study history are doomed to repeat it. And this is a really nice book, just going through all of the kings of Europe. Or not Europe, England, sorry. Same thing? No. Not at all. And here's the first Dune graphic novel, book one, that I was talking about. Just beautiful, beautiful graphic novels. which makes Dune way more interesting. The first movie was confusing and boring because it was a lot of books put into one. The new Dune movies are really great. So anyway, that's that. And on to the next few things. All right, next, Excelsior, 1989. This is one of my yearbooks from Waterloo, Oxford, District Secondary School. Let's see if we can find me. Of course, I was part of the AV club, student technicians. There I are there. Let's find my picture. See what grade I was in this year. I can't even remember. 89. Yep, that was my grade 9 year. And I'm not proud of any of that. So I'm on the bottom row there. Can you see me? That's me right there. Isn't that terrifying? 1989, grade 9. Yearbooks. Gotta love them. Moving on. Sorry, there's some personal stuff there with the yearbooks and the photos and stuff. But anyway, back to our theme. Kings and Queens of Europe. This is the Europe one. The last one was the England one. These are beautiful books. These we picked up at Chapters, and there's just beautiful artwork and illustrations in them, photos, and it's just great. It's very interesting learning about royal families. Some crazy shit went on, I'll tell you that. So yeah, we love history in this house. There is a lot of history books like this and many others here. So if you ever need to learn about history or anything, drop me a line. Oh, this goes Evil Serial Killers in the Minds of Monsters. Another one of Sylvia's books. I mean, it's just stuff she's interested in, so. Gold diggers. Creepy stuff. I find it interesting, but I don't want to like study it and read about it. Okay, this is a 1975 Star Trek convention book. Sorry, I should note this side doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah, International Star Trek Convention, 1975. I've done a video specifically on this book, and 6-foot posters of Kirk and Spock. This one is actually signed by James Doohan. Right there. He was at that convention. There is another signature in here as well. Let me see if I can find it. Like I said, I did a complete, yes, there it is. Did a complete video on this specific one. There's Leonard Nimoy. Signed by him back in 1975. I was 1 year old. There is another Leonard Nimoy signed photo. And of course, these programs for the conventions back in the day just had a lot of photos from the show. Not a whole lot going on as far as, you know, like, it's not like conventions today, is what I'll say. So, anyway, yeah, there is a Star Trek convention program, which is fantastic. Next up, this is very exciting and near and dear to my heart. This is the USS Foley, NCC 2174, experimental dreadnought class for Stuart Foley and Joy Scott W. Bell. This is from Starship Dynamics. He did up complete blueprints and technical stuff for my Foley class dreadnought, which I actually probably need to do a video on this at some point. But as you can see, there's complete deck plans. everything you'd want to know about the USS Foley, including how saucer separation works. So these are available to buy from Starship Dynamics, should you ever want to do so. So go check out Starship Dynamics on Facebook. Maybe send Scott a message. I'm sure he could get you a set of these Foley class plans. But yeah. We also have the USS Cheyenne Operations Manual, Starfleet Technical Institute. So this is basically a tech manual for the Cheyenne class, which is, I believe, fan done back in the day, but really fantastically done. Deck plans for the ship, as well as all the information you need to know about the Cheyenne class. Forget who I got this one from, but we got Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, Starship Combat Hex Grid. This is for FASA. FASA, the role-playing game. This is for the miniatures. And it's basically just the hex grid. So it's very much like Starfleet Battles, but FASA was a little bit different. Another FASA book here, The Dixie Gambit, which goes, it's basically a campaign for the role-playing aspect of it, including all the characters and ships and stuff that would be involved in the complete story. And there's really interesting ship stuff in here. If you like Starfleet or Star Trek ships, there's some really intriguing designs. That's Bird of Prey. You got the D11 or the D18, the Gull class. Yeah, you got the D10. So these supplement books are really great for FASA, and there's a lot of really cool role-playing things and great characters, great information on the Star Trek universe, as well as ships. So really great stuff there. We also have The Worlds of the Federation, written by Shane Johnson, otherwise known as Laura Johnson, who recently passed away, sadly. Really great individual, did fantastic work. And this just goes through all the worlds of the Federation. So all the affiliated members, all the enemies of the Federation, goes through each species, talks about their solar systems, their planets, all of the features of their particular race or species. And it's really fantastic work. This was, some of this probably decanonized, but I don't care. These are what I grew up with. They're great. So we got another FASA one, The Return to Axanar. This is another of the campaigns. Axanar played a really important role in the founding, or the founding of the Federation, but with the war with the Klingons. And so there's all the ships you'll need for the campaign, all the people involved, like I said, all the diplomats and things that worked on the diplomacy side of things. So yeah, like I said, if you can get a hands on any of these FASA manuals, they're really great. They add a whole new layer of awesome to Star Trek. There's the complete picture there. We also, of course, have the FASA ship construction manual. There you see Starship being constructed. But this goes through and talks about all the stats for all the particular vessels, as well as all the components, talks about the different nacelle types. Bunch of different ship classes and stuff there. Yeah, just some really great stuff. FASA stuff is fantastic, or FASA-tastic. We got the ship recognition manual for the Federation. This one's a little beat up, but you get the idea. And it's got all of the, not all, but a lot of the Starfleet ships from FASA in here. Really great artwork as well, kind of highlighting the ships. But if you like the ships, go check out the link in the description and at the end of this video to Trekyards, because we focus on the ships of Star Trek. So, you know, the Chandley class, the Baker class, the Lochnar class. I should do a whole video on this actually as well. But so you got the Federation, and you got the Klingon one as well. The Klingon Empire, same thing, different ship schematics and stats, and again, some interesting artwork and things. Really fun stuff. Really fun stuff. Fast kind of went all out with stuff like that. So there's one more thing to look at, and then we'll be finished. So thank you for sticking by. And the last thing we have down here is one of my copies of the USS Enterprise D Blueprints by Rick Sternbach. So this is basically a box which has information on the blueprints by Rick Sternbach. Now, Rick Sternbach's a good friend of mine. We've had him on Trekyards quite a few times. So if you want to check out any Rick Sternbach interviews, go check out Trekyards. But yeah, these are huge fold-outs and posters of the Enterprise D, the Galaxy class. Ugh. It's big. It also smells like a musty old bookstore. So yeah, you've got a whole bunch in here, see? And they're all either views of the ship exterior, and they've also got all the deck plans, deck by deck. You can see Cetacean Ops. Oh, it's actually on that one. I just mentioned it, but yeah, Cetacean Ops right there is where all the whales are, and there are killer whales as well as dolphins on the Enterprise D. So, and even cetacean lifeboats for the whales. What are whales on a starship for? Well, because whales and mammals, aquatic mammals, live in a 3D environment, so they help with navigation through space, which is a 3D environment. So yes, the blueprints of the Enterprise D are great, and if you're a fan of Next Generation or just the Galaxy class in general, I highly recommend picking these up. And also subscribing over on Trekyards. Go check out the videos with Rick Sternbach and things like that. We've talked to Andrew Probert, who designed the Enterprise D. That's what we do over on Trekyards. So anyway, that is it for Shelf 11. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Quite a wide variety of stuff there. A little bit longer episode, so I apologize. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do for Shelf 12, as we're moving into this area now. So we'll take a look. I'll give you a little glimpse of what might be. I just haven't decided yet. What is Shelf 12 going to look like? Anyway, let's get into a preview. Sorry, I'm kind of got sidetracked there. Let's get into a preview of what we might see next time on Shelf by Shelf. All right, so that's where we came from. Excuse the mess, but there's a little bit of a mess here right now. We have the LPs, the record collection. We also got these shelves next. Now, there's a number of things in there, old historical type documents, and then moving up to like Egyptology, Titanic, graphic novels, and like collector's guides and stuff, and a wide variety of stuff up there and in this particular bookcase. So I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think we should be looking at next? Maybe Sylvia's plants. Look, there's a car going by. It's Sylvia's plants. And check out the other videos for these shows. But there is some stuff we need to figure out as to what we're doing next. So let me know. And let me know what you enjoyed most out of this shelf. Shelf 11. So there's your preview of what could be next. Should it be the LPs? Would you be interested in a vinyl? Because I kind of want to talk about every shelf in here. I don't know if I should do those separately at the end and continue on with the books. That's probably what I think I'll do. But let me know. Vote. Put your comments down below. Do you want to see that? Or do you want to move on up to the next set of shelves? I'm interested. A lot of people have followed this entire series and are really enjoying it. So I want to hear your input. What do you think I should do next as far as that goes? And we'll see where this series takes us. But anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, for being a supporter of mine, for watching the content, for subscribing to the channel, all the things, and just for being here. Please comment down below what you thought about any of the stuff I talked about today, whether you know more about it than I do, especially those old comics or whatever. I'm interested to hear your thoughts, as always. So comment down below. Also, make sure you like the video. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, which is the Captain Foley personal channel. And also check out Trekyards. As I said, if you're a huge fan of Star Trek, especially Star Trek ships, Trekyards is the place for you. So go check it out. Link in the description, or just click this little thing up here. And also check out another video from me. So until next time, guys, I'm Captain Foley. Thank you for watching Shelf by Shelf. Bye, guys.